Namaste. Very welcome everyone on the bank from the bank of Mother Ganga. Feeling very blessed to be here in the divine, presence and company and blessedness of Ma Ganga. And I share this divinity and blessedness with all of you also. That Mother Ganga help you all in on your path and clear and clean everything that need to be cleaned in you, and bring you to that experience of the truth that we are. Just to tell you that I really don't believe things. It is just felt. I'm feeling it, and so I'm speaking like this. I will not be able to explain later anything. Thank you. So all are welcome if you want to talk to me about something.
Mr. Rajee. Ji, I am very thankful that I'm here with you, very happy and delighted and excited. Today, dear my friend dear reminded me something that I'll always thinking or feeling of the negative things instead of positive. There's so many positive things in my life. First of all, you are in my life, which is so positive. And I always see that where I'm lacking or complaining, this time watching and seeing I'm here in this such a beautiful place with you, and not thinking about what I'm getting instead of lacking. So I wanted to bring, and I want to, if you can more elaborate and tell that this gratefulness and then getting so many things and still feeling ungrateful and complaining. So if you talk about it, this.
Yes,
thank you.
If we look at it like this, we are this being who is like a space also. We are the experiencer of what happens in this space. We are the experiencer of the space also, in the sense of spaciousness that we have also. So what happens inside us is what is called life, happening in an individual manner or in an individual context. No? Although it is the same life as a whole, in general, like one life, but it is put in a individual context whenever it is happening, let's say, to us. So whenever life is happening to us means something entered inside us, inside the space of the being. Whenever something enters in the space of the being, it kind of going to stay for some time, as long as we want to enjoy it. And afterward, it should go out of our system. But generally, it doesn't happen like that. It is only ideal to say like this. No? So when that which was fresh has been enjoyed by us, does not go out of our system. It remains inside. What it does. This is what is the case of ego or unconsciousness. There is a lot of unconsciousness, or ego basically means is that which should have gone out of system, out of the space of being and did not go. Not that it is somebody's fault individually, but this is how it is happening. No? Now a lot which is kind of dead in a way, but living in us. Living in us and living on us. It is getting energy, taking energy from us. Because of that, as if we adopt the very way of dead. And rather than appreciating the new and the fresh and the alive, we still keep crying about the old and the dead, you know. So as if we have adopted the attitude in a way. So you the soul, as you the being, as you will experience the truth of who you are, you will start adopting your original way or attitude. Or as you are understanding now, you are the same being. Now you are understanding that why I am not appreciating what I am gaining, why I am still crying about what I am not. That also is going to bring you to the truth of who you are. You know, because you are the same being from wherever you work, mental, emotional, anyway, you are going to be benefited. No? That's why there is no problem in any level of discussions, whether it is mental level or anything. You are benefited. No? So in a way, you can say when we are focusing on what we have not got, we are actually supporting or giving energy also to that, because that's a model, that's a way. Try to understand the being. Being lives on way, a certain way of being. Certain way of being decides what all will be contained within the space of being. That way when changes, the content also will have to change now. You know, as soon as our attitude changes towards what we contain, what we want to contain, that content also start changing, like flushing out. You know, because everything inside the space of being is made of the being. That's why as soon as the being decides something at a deeper level, that change start happening. And during this time, we can support also through Pravat Shuddhi, you know what I call Pravat Shuddhi. We can support also. Why not? So we can say there are two, two kind of life streams happening in the same life. One life stream is based on past. You can say ghost. Another life stream is based on present and future. No, present and future. Like moving from present to present, you can say. Not future, but moving from present to present. This is where what you are saying, new, new. New is basically where you are moving from present to present. Like learning how to manage the past well. Like trying to remove the old past and trying to not contain or maintain so much past now anymore. So these are the two streams in which people are living. Seekers of truth should be living in the present, the stream of present more. No? Because this is more efficient way of living the truth of who we are and living life, getting the maximum, most profound experience of life also. Living in the way of the past is not really efficient in any way or useful. It is just habitual. So what it means to be a person basically could be also like said that we are habitual of living in the past. That is what it means also to live as a person, which is what we are talking also right now, isn't it? And as soon as we are free from this habit of living in the past or in association, in attachment with the past, somehow we start discovering the truth of who we are also. Not only experiencing the newness in life or the blessedness. No? Now, I think you mentioned about something about gratitude also. So this comes also from the same explanation that we are talking about. When we are attached to the past, then we are more crying about what we don't have. When we are more present, feeling our own experience of being, our own vibration of being and truth of being, and then we see actually what all we are being given with without our effort or with very less effort, and we feel some certain thankfulness towards it. That is what is gratitude. No? that I don't really deserve. Life is so amazing. Meaning it is amazing beyond any context, beyond any point of view. Like it is felt, not that we think about it. Gratitude is not something that we think generally. Although we can think about it also, there is nothing wrong in that. But it just felt, life feels blessed. Like there is a certain blessedness felt whenever we are in the present. And the gratitude comes from here. What are you, like somebody may say as a person that, what are you grateful about? You say everything. But you don't have anything. Yeah, I'm grateful about this also. You may say like this. I'm grateful about this also. You are just grateful. Basically, you are celebrating. Gratefulness is like celebrating. You are celebrating. You are just celebrating. I'm very happy. Why you are happy? I don't know. You may say. So this is what I think Papaji also said, that you always need something to be unhappy about. You don't need anything to be happy, really. This is our nature, to be present, to be grateful. And the more we are grateful, the more we are kind of connected in alignment with the source of life, and we get more also now from everything. As a person, we are getting very less from what has been offered to all of us by the source. When we will be more present, we will get much more from, which is free, by the way. You don't have to pay more cost for it. It is included in the package. And we are just not getting the privilege, the benefit of it. You already paid the cost. Why don't you get also benefits, like this? By being present, we take all that benefit. We will not be taking somebody else's privileges. It's just ours. Is this clear? Very good. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to mention here that what I'm talking about may look like we are talking about living a better life as a person. It may look like this, but it ultimately is not. I'm talking about living a life as a being, not as a person. No? So good, good. Thank you. Anna, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
No.
So nice to see you. I was kind of waiting every day for today to be able to speak to you. A lot of pain and things were happening in the last week. And suddenly today everything is gone. No pain, nothing. It's interesting. I feel sometimes it's like Saturday to Saturday, like the video games levels, how you like you what I came to, it is no wonder that you are at Ganga, because it is very connected with, it is so beautiful when you started speaking.
Oh, yeah. And it's not accidental. I think it's not our greatness. It's just the will of my Guru and God that, that let it be so that every one of you get connected and get that blessing, no? Very, very nice. Please say anything.
It is exactly what we just did that I would like to speak about. Because I could see there was a lot of rebellion against receiving, and there is a lot of still left over not worthiness of receiving God, of receiving, for example, your attention or Guruji's attention when I'm in your presence. And I did a lot of self-inquiry on that, and I did the meditation that you just sent with what do you have to do to not be yourself, like, and you don't have to do anything to be yourself. So what I discovered is there is just some like the program that is being written and not to receive. So in Christianity there is one saying, and for many years it was my favorite meditation sentence, where it says, you don't have to enter my home, but just say a word and my soul will heal. And now this sentence makes me a little bit upset because it's not just about healing the soul. There is some kind of like when you write, like if you sign some kind of a contract. Okay, I will serve and serve God, but I will not be one with God, you know? And yeah, and now I'm a little bit stuck with that. It's okay. It's all good. But just yeah, receiving, big problem.
There are two basic paths towards truth, towards source of life. Always they have been two like this. One is the effort, no, sadhana. Another is devotion, no. Devotion is more appreciating the source, no. Already appreciating, like appreciating that yes, I'm ready to appreciate you, and I just keep growing, like that appreciation keep growing, no. That I am smaller than you, you are bigger than me, and I need your help, and you can help me, and I am ready to receive the help. You know, this is what is devotion, no? Basically. Sadhana basically is not really this. Sadhana is fighting with the source. It's a fight with the source, no? That I am independent, separate, and I can do something. And I'm going to prove that I can, you know. Which is not a bad thing. It is within the will of the source only, no? So there is nothing wrong in sadhana. It's just that let's do it well. The only thing that is like a poison or cancer in the soul or in the being is dividedness. In the whole day, even we can do sadhana sometime, and sometime we can feel devotion also. But we should not mix these two things at the same time. No? For example, whenever it is felt that no, I can do something, let's do something. It's just about being realistic. Can I really do something? If I can, I should be able to do it right now. So let's do right now what I can. Or I can know I cannot do something or anything right now. Also I can know or not. It is just about not being lost in the thoughts and feelings. It's just about one thing. Let us not be lost in the thoughts and feelings. If we can do something, let's do something. If we cannot, see that we cannot. As soon as we see I cannot, and if we are not lost in the thoughts and feelings, we cannot feel helpless. We cannot feel helpless. We will just feel blessed. That, hey, I cannot do anything. Now, my source or something else will do something now. It is very internal. We don't have to think about it. Immediately it is felt, yeah. Like you feel I cannot, and also you feel it will, that source will, no? This is my way of looking at it. What do you feel?
Yes, but it is still all part of the path, and what I have been experiencing in meditation is that it's some kind of self-sabotage. It's like it, I don't know how to say it even. I come out for no reason, just because it is like self-sabotaging, not being worthy of getting like completely either absorbed or being fully happy, or almost like choosing fight and suffering, and yeah.
I feel like saying like this to you, that you may be thinking that what you are doing is incorrect and you should correct it. And no, the place or the understanding from where you are doing is incorrect. Correct that only. Because the same activity of trying to sabotage something inside us can be done by the source also, for a higher purpose, to correct, to balance, to remove certain things. No? It's a very mysterious thing to be a human being. To be a being is a very mysterious thing, much more than we can understand generally. You know. So, can we just come to the true knowledge and stay with the true knowledge only, and let go or ignore all the knowledge which we are not certain about, and do not look from it or through it, because that's where we will feel confusions. If you are certain that what I am doing is a sabotage, but are you certain who you are? If you are certain about who you are, then only your certainty about what you are doing can be credible, like, can be, should be trusted, isn't it? Try to have the end-to-end knowledge or clarity, no? And this is the magic of end-to-end clarity or knowledge. You don't find problem here. You find life flowing, life happening, but not a problem, not an individual problem anymore. You know, this is the thing. Meaning everything that you said will still be there. Don't think that it will disappear suddenly. But the meaning of it is very different now. The place from where you are experiencing is also different now. And the place from where we are experiencing it is already joyful and free from any dependency on anything to be in any certain way. You see what I mean? So our bondage is not connected to how my energies are doing or how I am doing. It is connected to our dependency on it for the joy. No? So discover that aspect of your being which is not dependent on anything. For that we need totality, undividedness, not a certain state of anything. Is this understood? Then I would like to say a little more, something more specific in a way. Okay. We find ourselves in different states of being as we progress in the spirituality, no? Like what we call different kosh or different layers or different bodies, no? The outer body, physical body and mind is very noisy in one sense, in the sense that it is able to pick or experience or receive, or the noise of the whole life, as everybody is. And then when we go deeper than this in the being, through meditation, we like to stay there. We don't want to come out now. Meaning as if attachment happens to that peacefulness, joyfulness, as if a resistance happens to this outer level. which is also natural. But that one day is going to become a bondage again. Even that peacefulness will become a bondage again one day. It is okay to catch a break. It is okay to rest for some time here. But be ready to be free from it also. Because all of our coach are providing a different experience of the same truth. At one level, at the mind level and body level, the world is there, where forms are there, people are there, persons are there. At a deeper level, something else. Then deeper than that, something else. No? What we call, let's say, samadhi, or like the deepest experience, is basically experience of the same truth, manifested truth, from the most um, subtle level of our individual consciousness, which is like most peaceful, and like there is no other to it here. There's just one being. But please understand, still you who is experiencing is higher than this. You are higher than this. This is what I'm trying to say to you. So cultivate this clarity all the time, all the way, starting from wherever we are. Never lose this clarity. Never surrender this clarity that, okay, this is a great experience. No, it cannot be greater than you. It should never be greater than you, the experiencer, because it is not who you are. You are the experiencer of all of your course, all of your samadhis and awakenings, and you are something more than that also. It is the source in the form of you living. It has created all these course, all this individuality, to see its own reflection. No? But to see the reflection, not only a mirror is necessary, a seer is also necessary, or not? And are you not that seer? So never be confused about any experience. Any experience is nothing but a reflection. Where something is working as a mirror, like a reflective surface, you are the seer. Don't mix these two things. No? And you will only remain free and joyful. Now all these courses and their experiences will not disappear now. No, they are very much here. Now they are even more allowed to be as different, or versatile, or full of different variety as they can be now. Before we were trying to color them white or something, that okay, color of peace, everything should be colored in peace, or now you will not do that. Now you will know that even that disturbance that is felt inside is part of the process. It is part of the way things happen. Because without that disturbance, you cannot feel that punch of peace or happiness. This is what it means to not choose anything. That now you will not choose anything. You will let everything be the way it is. There is only one way to let everything be the way it is. That you live as who you are. You allow yourself to live the truth of who you are. No. I know it looks like a very big thing, and it is actually, but it is possible. Much more simply possible than we think. So yeah, please say anything.
No, I'm very happy about the whole process, and I can see that. Like a year ago, I would not be able to observe these things that I've been observing last week, for example. It just felt like the program was made to come to this level, and somehow, as if there is a glitch, okay, this is now only up to here you can come in this game and in this program, and after that the program is somehow it finishes, the program finishes, just at this peace and curing the soul and curing the past life, whatever, and then after that, there is no program, but it's just it feels like a dead end, a little bit.
It's not really ultimately, it feels like this only. It is a dead end in a way, or end, not dead end, it's the end of a certain, let's say, level of this divine game. So it is in a way what you are saying, but it is also a beginning of the new level. I have during my inquiry into myself, found myself also in times where there was a vast path behind me which I traveled to reach here, let's say, wherever I was inside me, and there was a wall facing me, and I did not have an option to go back, for example, and there was no way to go further anymore. And that time I knew that something radical is going to happen now, obviously. So it is a dead end for what we have learnt so far, and it is a beginning for what we have not known yet. You know, let us allow not unknown to be appreciated by us, and we will start appreciating the truth more and more. We are too much connected or attached to known. Our attitude is appreciating the known only and not allowing uh, uh, us to appreciate the unknown. No? And the unknown is not unknown to you, the being. It is unknown to you if you look at it through the mind, through the known. Try to understand. If we look, known simply means mind, or mind simply means known. Uh, not not only mind is known, but also the attitude to depend on the known is also mind. So don't look at the truth from the known or from that attitude, and then you will know it, because you are it. You are it also. We are it also. We are truth also. That we are that also which is being known. We are that also who is knowing it. It is one thing. It is one. It is one truth. That's why the joy, that you will know slowly that this whole thing is happening in me. It's not happening to me. The whole awakening is happening in me, not to me. You will know this gently if you allow the unknown to appreciate the unknownness, because you are that unknownness, by the way. And we are just trying to look at ourselves from the known, from the mind, and we are missing it. That's why. But you are unknown, not to yourself. This is what is known. This is what is knowing who we are. Like true knowing of who we are is this, that you are not unknown to yourself. Just don't bring anything between you and you. Don't look at yourself or experience yourself through any channel. Directly experience yourself, and you are going to know. This is what I mean by knowing and knowledge. Through the mind, we are not really getting into the being which we are trying to know. We are sitting in the mind only and trying to look, not trying to step into the being, just trying to look from there, because otherwise we will not have that whole context of the mind where we define things to be in a certain way. No. If you step into the being, you will have to leave the mind behind, the context behind. No? Then you will be knowing the truth of being, but you will not be knowing it in the way of the mind. No? This is the challenge we all are going to face in one way or the other, whether through spiritual, self-inquiry also, particularly, or in any other way when we go in the depth of the being. That we have to leave ourselves behind in a way. Funny thing to say, but it feels like this. Kabir says like this, no? Sadho yugan yugan ham yogi, meaning I'm a I'm a yogi for eons, no? And I am the seeker and I am the samadhi. I am the seeker and I am the samadhi. No? I am the sadhak and I am the samadhi also. You alone are, nothing else is. And you will be surprised to know one day even the body mind is also you, nothing else. Because there is just you, nothing else. Somehow, as you will come closer or together in your unity, you will be able to see that what you are living is what you are projecting. That's why if you don't do anything, meaning if you don't project, you cannot see anything or experience anything except yourself. This is samadhi, no? That you don't project anything. That's why you don't experience anything. You just experience being yourself, the being. So to the individual mind, it is going to be confusing, and the individual mind is going to evolve. But you, the being, can feel the truth of it already, even without understanding. No? How can you feel it? Because you are the being. That's why you already are this being. So it's very good. Thank you, Anna. Very nice talking to you. David, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste ji.
So I could use your guidance, please. I feel a lot of what you said to Anna was related to my question. So today I was doing self-inquiry. I was experiencing suffering, so I was inquiring as to who is suffering. And I was experiencing lots of different things, but I wasn't experiencing the suffering of the body or the emotions, but the suffering was inside myself. So I was focusing on the sense of I that was suffering. And what I came to see was a few things. Basically, in a sense, I was suffering the burden of the doership of this sort of trying to figure out the spiritual path, or to be free of suffering, or just to be free. So just the burden of being the one who has to do it. And then I was also exploring that and seeing the different layers of knowledge that was making up this sense of I that was being burdened. But I just want to ask if we could explore this more so I could see more clearly.
I want to check with you something here, that um, this burden of sense of doer, like I feel there are two components in it. One is that one is being the same self while doing the things. Another is doing the same things. Which one is more heavy in this burden? Portion of which is more heavy on this in this burden of sense of doer?
Sorry, can you explain that again? I didn't quite understand.
Whenever we are saying that I'm a doer, there is a component of the self that we are, and there is a component of repeatedly doing the same thing, even if it is not the same task but similar task, let's say, no? Even if it is not the same exact routine, but it is similar lifestyle, no? So is this similar lifestyle has become heavy, like a burden, that oh, I want to live a different lifestyle now, different task, different activity? Or is it the self that you are, who is remaining the same self, is what is the burden part of it, the heaviness part of it?
It's the self. It's the one who has the same reaction to
Yes.
everything.
Yes. This is also, I also thought so. It's not really uh, that fresh life will not be fresh, new life will not be new, it will be new. But the old life as it is not so old or burdensome as we feel it. Still, the freshness can be brought to the table by the self that you are, if you live as yourself more. And then you can change your life also if you want to. That's totally fine. But as if you, the self, is holding back from, like, not allowing yourself to live the truth of who you are. As if you, the self, is waiting for certain things to be finished. Sense this right now. Like, what is stopping you from living who you are? What is, like, forcing you to live this old self?
I think I can't say specifically, but there's fear, and fear of I guess, I don't know, just suffering or the fear of the unknown.
It is true. We have fear of this unknown because we don't know how I will be and whether I will be able to do anything or not when I will be living as the being. So how about continue living as who you are right now? Don't give it up. Just become more conscious. The becoming more conscious, basically, in one sense, is becoming who you are also. Not in the ultimate sense, forever, but in a way, in that alignment. No? And what will happen by becoming more conscious doer, let's say, more conscious self who is going to do things? What is going to happen is that all the non-essential will start kind of fading away in a way, which are causing the sense of fear. Like as if there's a big gap between who you are ultimately and who you are right now. There's a big gap. That gap has to be reduced in some way, or it is very hard landing in a way from the sense of doer to the self right now, and we can make it more smooth landing. You see what I mean? It's like a fear of hard landing right now, and it is actually, your fear is not false so much, because your body or mind particularly is not ready for working from the self right now. This is the reason. No, our mind is a help. It is not a enemy also. Ego, however, ego mind is what is against the self in one sense. So if you look or listen to your functional mind, who is the doer thinker, who is doing decision making and everything, you will get a sense that why it is afraid. That I don't know if I will be able to function well or not. That's why we are said that meditate little bit every day, then function. And it's somehow going to come together so nicely that all that sense of fear of this hard landing will disappear. Like this is like a gradual way of reaching home, and then hard landing is there anyway if you like that. No. So either this what I'm saying, or if you feel no, this is not so fast for me, I went fast, then hard landing is the way actually. Then jump into the truth of who you are and just live it. No? And do not come back now anywhere. Everything will start happening from there. Mind will have to follow you. But it will be a little bit harder, as if you are feeling, you will feel some fear, you will feel some concern, you will feel some, like this. So this is one part. Is this understood? Anything you want to say about it? Because I want to come to the suffering part also, which you said, no?
I think I'll just say that I experience fear quite often these days, especially when I feel there's more presence coming into the body. Naturally, then fear rises. And it's like, as soon as I wake up, within a few minutes, it's just like fear, and then it doesn't go away for most of the day. And I'm just not quite sure how to handle this.
Yeah, say anything else?
Nothing more.
This experience of fear basically is the experience of fear is basically coming from the perspective of the individual self, because for the individual self, the self that we are is unknown. And all the layers of the individual, which are unconscious layers, unconscious, what we call unconscious mind, is also unknown to it. And when our time has come to know the truth of who we are kind of facing in a way the unconsciousness also, unconscious mind also. So the thing is that we are still the same self which can only handle the conscious mind. But now we are facing the unconscious mind also. That's why it is too much for us. Our best option really is now. Now, when the fear has started coming continuously like this, it is a clear sign. Many beings have experienced it like this in their time, in their own time, that it is a clear sign that now you will not be able to continue living as that old individual self. Your best option is to switch really consciously and continuously making effort towards switching to the self that you are. And whenever you will be able to live the truth of who you are, while the fear is present, you will experience that the strongness or the truth of the fear disappears. But it does not mean that your energies will not experience that fear. They will. So this is why there are two components of it. One is which is embedded in the energies, and one which is being experienced by the self that you are. Because you are unknown to yourself. The more you become comfortable with yourself, the more you will become comfortable with not knowing how to live life, part of awakening. Because not knowing how to live life, part of awakening, is also what brings a lot of shakiness in our system. And all of that will settle into a very nice integrated way if we live the truth of who we are first, for example, and do what I call Pravat Shuddhi. Pravat Shuddhi basically is trying to clean our energies in a way of the old. No, attitude, not a set of exercises. It's an attitude that I want to be free from my old impressions, from my energies. No? While I want to start living the truth of who I am, because these two things are going to match nicely. The old impressions in the energies and the living of who we are truly is not going to match. It's going to create a lot of disturbance. No? So all this fear and suffering is very strong and continuous also, as you are saying, and I know this. But there is no real solution of it so easily. Like not really. There is no solution in the individual context for it, because it is coming in a way. It is the result of the collapsing of the individual self now. You know. That's why if you try to work on it from an individual point of view, it may help a little bit only, not so much. However, I'm always in favor of balancing our energies. No? So that also should continue, but let us come to the stable center of being first also. So even if your body, mind, energies are shaky, like a fear, you don't be shaky, no? Because you have this option. The experiencer that you are of the fear, you don't need to live the fear in you. It can be in the body, mind only. No, this is what I'm saying. I mean, this is known, what I'm sharing is known by us at some point. You will know it also one day, even if it is not appreciated immediately. No? At one point, you will know that this is the only option to come to myself. I cannot get out of this sense of fear unless I come to myself. Because collapsing of the old self, ego self, is what results in these things. Let us try to simplify fear also in a way. No? Fear basically is connected to unknown. Remember this, as simple as this. Fear simply means unknown. No? Wherever there is a fear, at that level there is a unknownness towards certain things, which was not highlighted maybe, but now highlighted. There was no awareness of that. Oh, things are unknown, but now there is awareness that things are unknown. No? When the self wakes up, it knows that I don't know anything in this life, in this world. I've been just living under the impression that I know everything. No, so that also causes fear to it, which is natural. And also it is an invitation to truly know everything now in this world. Yeah. So if I'm sure you will be feeling something of that nature, like fear or something right now also, no? So what I have shared, test it right now and see whether it works or not. Don't try to remove the fear. But don't be in the grip of the fear like an individual person. Feel the truth of who you are and live the truth of who you are. Let there be a sense of fear. Let there be a sense of a story in the mind also about the fear, why it is like this and what will cause it to happen so and so. But you don't be active at the body-mind level right now. Remain inactive in your being. So being inactive is the way to come back to the being that you are, to the purity of your being also. No? So right now remain inactive even if the fear is active in you. And see that, does it work what I shared with you? It may not bring peacefulness at the body-mind level immediately, but it will bring peace in your being, for sure, who is the experiencer of the fear. Which is a big difference, really. Use the breathing also to kind of unhook yourself from the story of the mind or sense of self in the mind also. Focus on the breathing, live the breathing also, and it's going to kind of make it easier for you to slip into the being. So the breathing can be used to as a middle point when we are trying to come or live in the being that we are, and we are too much into the mind. Use the breathing as a way to come out of the mind. Then from there also, from the breathing also, slip into the being also now after that. I know it is kind of difficult to slip out of the individual level when some fear or some disturbances are happening continuously. And it is okay. We are going to you are going to attend that also as much as you can. But right now you are trying to connect to the truth that you are, to the source of wisdom, source of joy, source of energy also that you are, so that you are more strong, you are more wise, you are more true to who you are. Body mind will not start changing suddenly, but you will start becoming more peaceful towards it, more joyful, even when it is not balanced. So, thank you. Uh, Anything you would like to say?
I think one key is just that there can't be any involvement or plugging into the whole energy system, because it's sort of just becomes alive with the energy of any doing. So yeah.
Yes. Try to understand the meditation, fundamental meditation, or being, staying as the being in the being, what it does, and to whom it is useful. No, actually, regardless of the state in which we are, it is useful for everyone. Let's say when we are too caught up in the person, personality, or individuality, and we don't have any idea about who we are. That time also it is very useful for us to taste who we are beyond it. Then once we start becoming aware that I am not what I thought I am, there is a possibility of a certain, sense of disturbance or collapsing or change to happen also to us. During this time also, fundamental meditation is going to work as a way to experience stability, calmness, peacefulness. And this disturbance that we feel during this spiritual growth and awakening is going to be very gradual, less. But still, we should use meditation for it, so that we do not continuously feel any form of disturbance or, like fear or anything, shakiness. Like we keep balancing it continuously while we are doing Prabhat Shuddhi also. No? Let's say there is a case when suddenly the individual level, personal level collapses much more than we can handle. And that time we will feel that I don't know what to do now. I'm continuously feeling, like you are saying, no, feeling fear. Since morning I wake up, I feel fear. I learned it quite late that this is the best time when you can meditate, and you should meditate. Because now nothing else is going to work actually, as much as meditation can. Everything else will look like working, and in time it will prove that it is not providing any final ultimate solution. Because the soul that we are and the body mind, which is the instrument, have got separated up to some degree in some way that they are not able to plug together. Like as if you were plugged into the body mind unconsciously, unknowingly, habitually. Now you became more conscious, and now you may fall apart a little bit, Then it will be so difficult for you to come back, because you will be trying in the old way, which is not going to work now. Old way was not that you know how to do something, you just do it. No? Now in the new way, when you are trying to do something, you just don't know how to do it. Because there was never a how about living as a person in the body mind. It was just part of the whole thing. How much we were unconscious, how much our body mind was unconscious. No? That's why the best option remains now here is to come as the being, come to the being that we are, and start a new life from here. Like a new relation with the body mind now. So I hope it is going to help you. Please say anything if you feel.
Yeah, it's helpful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rajee.
I mean, in different ways, I'm really trying to tell every one of you that you can spend many years in this state, or you can very quickly get out of it. Like as if we have a hope that I'm going to go back to the old way again, and that hope one day has to be left. The more consciously we look at it, the faster we can see that I cannot go back there now. We cannot go back to the old self now anymore, you know. So thank you, thank you.
Namaste. Sorry. Since we are now in Rishikesh and we are going to Mother Ganga's bank every day, it's like Mother Ganga is the actual form or the quality of Mother Ganga is unfolding in front of me for the first time. Like every day, I am surprised to see something new. Like the other day, we were talking about the purity. Today, when we were walking and we were crossing the Janki Pul, and I just noticed the flow of Ganga because there the flow is much more, much more. And somehow I could correlate to the water element in me. Like I felt that this water element is not just the physical form of me. This water element in me is actually also telling me to flow. Like how Mother Ganga is flowing. And there were many stones and all, and maybe because of the stones, the flow was very, visible. Like if otherwise it is calm, soothing, but here, like I felt that so many friction, but still the flow is there. And somehow I was actually shaken at that time, and there was, you can say, a fountain of happiness in me when I realized that, oh, it's in me also, the same thing. There is water in me, there is Ganga in me, there is friction, there are stones, there are pebbles, but I have to flow. And since last 2 days, we were talking about the flow also. So maybe that is what I was carrying in me. And I don't know the reason about this, why this happened. But I would love to have you talking something about the flow part of life. Thank you.
Yeah, I always wondered about it also myself, but I got to know things in a very different way, in a way, like like practical, meaning I known things philosophically also, intellectually also, but that was not really satisfying. So what happened, like I told you, like I had an experience, like one of the most powerful spiritual experience. You can say the first experience of truth, truth of who we are, no? That I was working in a field somewhere, talking to some people, one after another like this. And suddenly a strange experience happened. Like at that time it was an experience for me that I was working very efficiently, continuously one after another, and I was watching myself also. I was like, oh, how it is possible? Either I can watch or I can do something, no? I was 100% into doing, and that continued. No? And a new element woke up in me that was witnessing also, like very nicely. It was such a beautiful, I can say, experience that time. No? So what happened in this? Why I'm bringing in this example is because flow happened. So as if we are holding back ourselves from flowing in life, in that life activity that we are doing right now, or with life experience that is happening. And by holding back, we are able to experience ourselves as an entity. Like, I am the experiencer, I am the doer, I am the thinker, I am the seer. Like the remaining energy that we hold back forms a circle within ourselves which contains the sense of story, myself, and everything. No? If we can let it flow, the more we can let it flow, the less there will be a sense of identity left inside us. But it does not mean that there will be a less self left inside us. No, the self is never less or more inside us. It is exactly same amount of self, if we can say like this. But it will become visible to you or to itself. No? So this sense of identity, which is basically nothing but the energy which must flow, is being held back, is forming that identity which is working like a something which is eclipsing the self. So this is why those who flow more, they somehow find themselves more gelling well with the life, like understanding in a way intellectually less, but doing better in life. Like on time they understand that what is right to do and not to do. Like intuitively they are sensing life and flowing very nicely. Those who are sitting back more, holding back more, and just thinking more about life are not, their actions or decisions are not so accurate or not lasting. They are more bringing disharmony in a way. Their actions are more bringing disharmony, like disturbance in life. I want to do in my way. Not in the not adopting the way of life. So flow is one of the greatest guru in life. Assistance, help in life. Flow. Like if we can allow ourselves to flow more in the whole day in life, we will need to do less, let's say, Prabhat Shuddhi specifically, because that will be Prabhat Shuddhi. That will be Shuddhikaran, like a purification itself. Like when we are sitting somewhere, walking somewhere, something happens to us, as if something happens to us. Like it is not really happening to us in one sense, it is more like life is trying to remove something from us, because we are allowing ourselves to be in the flow now. So flow is taking care of it now. But as an individual self, we may find it to be very disturbing sometime, or less disturbing, or offensive, or like taking it personally sometime. The one who takes it personally, the one who feels offended, is not real self. It's a funny thing, really. Meaning, every one of us have experienced to be this false self, and we all are coming out of it in a way into the truth. Into the truth, in the direction of truth. Flow is the help, not holding back. And also, the more we flow in life, the more profound life experiences. Because life is experienced through flowing, or life is happening through flowing. If you understand, you know this in science, that energy is not something static. Electricity, for example, is not something which can quantify when it is static. We quantify only when it flows. The more it flows, the more electricity we have. You see what I mean? In the same way, the more flow energy is flowing, the more life energy is there. In the same way, inside us also, the more flow is there, the more energetic or healthy we will be, happy also. No? Actually, flow is everything except that which is not flowing. That is the self, the witness of everything, that witness of the flow. In me also, in you also, in all of us, that these two elements are there, these two aspects are there. One is supposed to flow. One cannot and does not flow, regardless of whatever we do. So if we don't save ourselves from the flow as much as possible in the moment, we are just letting that flow which must flow. We are just simply going to highlight that which is not flowing. Like it will come in our consciousness, like we will become conscious of it, that, hey, there is something inside me which kind of is there but not flowing, changing, moving. No? It is not something like two things really, just like one thing but two. This is that Sangam actually, if you understand. Sangam means two rivers are, but they are not two rivers. Here one is the self which is not moving, another is the river of life which is moving, which is flowing. So in one sense, if we look at it in a more neutral or on a higher from a more universal point of view, it is basically just one thing happening. Life is flowing. There are many things happening. Just one thing happening. Life is flowing. Then life energy gets stuck, not flowing, less flowing in the form, in the body, in the mind, and that is now using its. That energy is thinking now. That energy is thinking now, okay, this is my life, this is your life, this is me, this is you. No? Now this same energy which is thinking this is me, this is you, this is my life, this is your life, is spent, if it is spent in some way, it will just disappear. The self is able to use this energy to its advantage now. What it does through self-inquiry or any form of inquiry into the self is that it does not use this energy for knowing life as it is flowing. It uses it to know the self which is not moving. That's how the mind evolves. It is the mind, individual mind, which evolves, which kind of recognizes that there is a self which is not moving. And but as a result, this energy is gone. When this energy is not there, there is no individual self there now. And just amazing, amazing life. Now, me and you are two and also not two. We are not two and two at the same time. Because the individual mind is still there, can function very well in the life, but the sense of self is not there anymore. The true self is known by itself, and the flow is lived deeply also. No? Do you see, are you able to connect to this? Because it's very exciting for me to live this truth directly, but if you are not able to, I can try to use some other words.
I can very well connect to it. Very, very well. Very well. And I'm really thankful for this. Because I could actually feel that if there is flow, then that unflowing thing can be felt. But if there is static, frozen, then nothing can be felt. That because to feel the being which is there already not flowing. I mean, there has to be some flow. Like something opposite should be there to feel. Like there has to be black to feel the light that way. That way. And I can actually feel every word what you're saying. Yeah.
What I have known so far about this, what you're saying, is that initially we have little flow. As a child, we all have a little flow. And that little flow is mostly conditioned, which leads us to less and less flow slowly. That's why our childhood is found to be more joyful, and then slowly it is not. Because we are flowing less and less after that. We are more fixed, more and more fixed. Like less and less flowing. No? Because we become afraid somehow of flowing in a way also. No? Many region conditioning, society, like the way we are judged also and everything. But it is true that relatively, if there is more flow in some being, then that which is not flowing will be highlighted much more easily. And it is found, it will be felt that it should also flow. Why it is stuck? Like that, what is not flowing in us will be felt like some kind of frozenness, some kind of muscle which is frozen and not flexible, not joining you in the walk. But if there is no walk, you are just sitting anyway. Then any flow will be like a threat. Oh, I don't want to flow. Mostly people are flowing so less that even just a little bit of life flow and they feel afraid. Like kind of, I don't know how to handle this. You know what I mean? That's why there are so many spiritual disciplines also, by the way, to accomplish this, to prepare the body mind for it. Because the body mind has to be prepared for so much more flow than it is used to. what we call disorientation, that I'm feeling disturbed or disoriented, is mainly because the mind or the controller, which is taking care of the balance or the centeredness, is not used to of so much flow. We may or may not like certain things, like certain disciplines, part of the spirituality, like bhajan, singing bhajan, for example. I look at these things scientifically more. It is basically trying to increase the flow and adjusting the mind for it. No, where we have a sense of trust also in source, and so it's something very beautiful also. So thank you. That is very nice. Thank you.
Namaste, Rajee. Thank you for the meeting. Thank you for the opportunity for being here. I wanted to connect with you because you had talked about the unknown. So it's not really a question. It's just joy to kind of connect in this nature. Maybe just to try to live this unknown now. Yeah. I think one fundamental flaw, let's say, that I've been making was somehow to make this unknown more known. I mean, that's what I've been all my life. It's been that way, to make everything known. How do we define things, So I kind of applied, maybe at some level, but not fully also, but some level. The only option is for this unknown to remain unknown, to join the unknown. And thank you, beloved. It's possible. I think it's possible only here, at least, like it's possible here now. I think one more thing I realize now is that, to connect here in Satsang, I've been trying to connect in the way I connect with people, that I'm here as somebody else there. Yeah, and it doesn't really work that way. I just want to say thank you. It's not leading anywhere, I know. Yeah, but I feel so thankful. I just wanted to express it some way.
Oh,
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you. Very nice to hear this from you. I felt some inspiration, and I'm just going to share it. It's just a sharing. It is very true, actually, that we all try to convert all the unknown into the known. And how we try to convert it into the known is whatever is our favorite format of knowledge or knowing that time. Generally, it is mind, intellectual way, which is based in little bit of experiencing. So we are increasing our mind in a way, more and more, like covering everything unknown or converting everything unknown into the known for us. Although it doesn't become unknown, it doesn't become known, it still remains unknown only. It just becomes known to us in a way. Like we assume that now I know it. But this is not only, this is the common format and common mistake also we are making. But this doesn't stop here. As you will notice that, hey, I have been trying to convert the unknown into the known only from my side. Like looking at the sky, at the universe, at the cosmos, and converting it into, oh, this is universe. I'm done. You know, no, you have not converted the unknownness of the universe in reality. You have just put a glass on your eyes only, no? Then once it is known, then we try to know it in different format now. Another format is feeling it, feeling life. In the feeling also mind continues. Like in the back of, like in a subtle form, that attempt or trying to convert it into the known continues. That's why whenever we feel life, we like to conclude it also. Why you want to conclude? If not, this is the same attempt of trying to convert it into the known. No? Why cannot I live Mother Ganga every day and let her challenge me? No. Yeah, what Madhvi you were saying, that I'm knowing the new every day, newness of it. Like in a new way, I'm knowing it again and again. Because you are not converting it into something known like a conclusion. No? Like you are saying, I'm not done. I want to continue. No? Then at some point, Nishant, slowly you will realize that it's not possible to know something. It is possible to join the thing in its own way. Like I have to adopt its way of knowing. I cannot impose my format of knowledge. This is what is surrender. No? Surrender is not really giving up things. Surrender is giving up our point of view or way of knowing. No? Like like an invader. Nobody can enter into truth as an invader. Nobody can invade truth. Then we come to the truth with a certain humbleness, openness, respect in a way for it. That I respect your format. Can you teach me what is your format through which I can know? You know. In one sense, meditation is also a way to learn the way of the being, how being can be known by me. No? Like trying to adopt that way of the being. That okay, I sit quietly and let me learn, because I leave my way of knowing which I'm used to of. Meaning leaving mind means leaving the habitual or known or preferred way of knowing. Now I'm ready to learn the new way of knowing. No? Then the being will introduce itself to you, no? What it is. And it is so joyful. Does not mean that mind will not get anything out of it. Mind will also get some impressions. But you will know that is nothing. This is the real thing now, no? You can use your mind so well for saving yourself from the mind, for example. You can use your mind so well for knowing what truth is not, so that it can save you from what truth is not. Like whenever you are going wrong direction, or your wrong attitude or wrong way, mind can help you in that. Because mind is basically a conclusion, collection of fixation, which can be used in your favor. Right now it is working against us. Because we are using the mind for what it is not capable of. And we are not using the mind to its actual capacity for what purpose it is made, in a way. So it's not that truth is not accessible to anyone. Truth is accessible to everyone immediately and all the time. But we are not ready to learn or live the truth in its format. We want to live in our way. Where is truth? I don't know where is truth. The very statement, where is truth, is coming from an assumption, from a belief, from a way of knowing, a certain way of knowing. Like truth has to be in some direction. Why truth has to be in some direction? Why it cannot be in all the directions? Why truth has to be part of my body mind somewhere, somewhere? Why it cannot be all of it? By the way, what it is? If you can live whole of yourself, everything of the body mind at the same time, you are living the truth. Or this is what is the being. Being is not part of body mind. Being is the whole thing. Being is this whole form, and it is the material this form is made of also. So this is the thing. But very good topic, I feel. Because I also experienced long time back when I came to this truth of my existence, that it is not knowledge really, meaning I cannot conclude it. It has to be lived, like I'm knowing it, not that I have known it. You know, I'm knowing, like it was like a knowing, not a knowledge. You know? And Nishant, now I know it can never be concluded. And I will be a fool if I conclude it. Anybody will not like to conclude it once you start, because the vastness, the mystery keep unfolding. So I think very good. Thank you.
Just about this conclusion, I feel from a practical perspective, like just functioning in life, conclusions are necessary, right? That happens. We need to, discussions need to conclude. For example, there are conclusions required. But when we're living the unknown, allow it, is what you're saying. Just continue to live.
Yes. So that's what I mean, that we can use our mind very well. We can have a conclusion in the mind that truth cannot be concluded. It will be a very useful conclusion now. You know, rather than having a uncertainty in the mind that maybe one day truth can be concluded, or hey, or having a belief that no, mind can never be and that truth can never be concluded. Beliefs are also not useful. Beliefs are not useful. We need to refine the understanding in the mind to the level where neither we are believing nor it is being against us when we are knowing the truth. So it can be very useful. For example, our mind can evolve so well that it can support us. But yes, otherwise, truth cannot be concluded. It can be or is being lived. All our challenges as a person when we come to the truth or trying to is connected to this only, that we are trying to conclude and we are not able to. That is so difficult to live the truth. Not at all. It is not difficult to live the truth. It is difficult to conclude. Not difficult, impossible. I'm able to live the truth in satsang, but I'm not able to take, like mind is not there. I'm not able to understand anything. Yeah, true. It's a simple truth. It has nothing to do with good or bad. It's not good or bad. It's simply so. No? But I want to understand everything also. No, this is the problem. Those who insist too much in understanding everything or keep everything into the domain of known, they limit their experience or knowing of life too much. They experience only very limited. I think very good. Thank you. Mila, you want to say something?
Yes, Rajee. I feel that I have such an opportunity to talk to you, and I can't lose it. And I came here not to sit and meditate. I can do it alone. I came here to be fully present and to use this opportunity to speak and to discuss something. And I wanted to share that during this meeting, it's like a puzzle was done. We were talking about this flow of life, which is very interesting topic to me from
Goa season. And as today, I really understood what it really means, flow of life. And I wanted to share a little bit this understanding with you, because as you said, when we were child, as I remember, started to remember this, when I was a child, it was such a flow of life which I didn't feel for some time when I become my own age. And when you saying even this flow of life, I can sense as this Mother Ganga flowing, and as a feeling, it is quite similar. And in this flow, and you can sense it's either to fully disappear on it. You can sense it right now here when I'm speaking. I even can sense it, and this is unique and very, very beautiful to experience it.
It is connected to that what I shared, that uh, how much individual energy is being held back, no? That much, as we will become more conscious, we will feel that I'm not flowing. No, like I'm not flowing. What is this? It is life energy which is saying inside us, I'm not flowing. Who we are is this life energy. We are the same thing which is flowing. And at some point, as we let ourselves flow, let's say you are singing a song or you are listening a song, no, even that time it may happen that there's so much flow that you feel lost, like you just feel like you being losing yourself into it, and that flows continues, and as if somehow you are not there, as a separate listener of it, and as if there's only the experiencing of it left now, no? When the experiencing only left, this is what is the completion of the flow. The flow is complete right now. But there is a witness or awareness of the flow, of the experience also. You will become aware of it, that I am aware that there is only experience now, there is no experiencer. Meaning there is only flow, there is no one flowing in it. It is just the flow completing itself, perfecting itself, balancing itself in every way, taking care of the body, mind, and exchange and everything very nicely. But let's not be in a hurry. This is what is the plan of the life, that it wants to hold back a little bit so that it can work like a center. As soon as it will start rooting itself to that unknown or into that which is beyond, it will not need this center anymore for orientation. No? Then it will be all right, that whole of itself can flow. Until then, flow more is fine, not whole of yourself flow, because you cannot. So flowing as much as I can. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's very, very, very beautiful. Thank you.
In the practical context, like I think we were talking that practical life needs stability and holding back also. It is true. But that can be part of the activity. Like as part of the activity, part of the planning, doing, meeting, any work in the life, part of that, whatever need to be held back, we need to hold back as a responsibility or task of that, like a conclusion, like a planning, like a thinking. No? But rest of you can still flow. There is a wisdom that grows inside us, that hey, rest of myself can still flow. I can be relaxed. Like when we come to Ganga, Mother Ganga, here we have come, many of us, most of us will feel nice when we are sitting by the Mother Ganga and it is flowing. We will feel like flowing also, letting letting ourselves be loose and like this. Does it mean that we forget from which city we came? Does it mean we forget that we have a house or not, or family, or life? No, we don't. So this much we hold back still. Whatever we can, we let go. Like this. And even this is so beautiful. And our mind also becomes efficient slowly, that it kind of start holding back things in the more seed form, like a lightweight manner. No? Like before, for example, we used to write everything, notes on a book. Let's say you have a 400-page book of notes for what you have been doing so far. And now if you want to not be involved in it, you will have to keep that book protected. Now we are digital. We can record everything in digital. So mind has this kind of option also to be digital, very subtle, and it holds back all the life that you are living, and still you feel nothing is being held back. It evolves. Mind evolves also in the in alignment with the being, so that we become very efficient, while maintaining the individual life, and yet not involved in it when I want to. Because at some point the being realizes that the memory of the individual remains in the body mind. I don't need to maintain it. It just remains. I just keep living it every day. That is more than enough to give it life or keep it alive. No? Because keeping this memory of being individual alive too much is what is the trouble. No? Where we want to approach the river of life as a being, we are approaching it as a person only because of over too much energy given to the person, isn't it? So even that solves this problem also, like a balance of the being and then the doer and doing. No? So it's fine. No, it's good. So I know it's not that easy to understand in the mind. It is really very simple to feel it in the heart, in the being, that yeah, it's nice. No? Because every one of us have that wisdom. Because we are the being. We don't need to become the being, please understand. We are the being already. If we sit by the side of Ganga, Mother Ganga, and try to flow more, that would not be nice. If we try to let ourselves flow as much as we can, that is appropriate, no? Trying to flow more is what is remaining as a person, no? Let me flow more because I have just come for a few hours or 1 day or 2 days. No, it's not going to help, because you need to relax to flow like this. Yeah, anything you would like to say?
Yes, I would like to say thank you to you for this. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
I'm just kind of, in a sense of wonder right now, or with the sense of gratitude and gratefulness to the source of life. That how marvelous this whole architecture is. That the source of life is not visible anywhere and yet present everywhere. Like the actor is not present anywhere, only the acting is present. You see what I mean? How amazing is the performance of this one source. It's beautiful. Very, very happy to be with all of you. Thank you. Very, very nice. Deva, you want to say something?
Pranam Rajee.
Namaste.
Namaste. You had said कि in the last meeting where I was talking about uh, the subtle bodies and the movements that happen inside the energy movements, and you recommended that you recommended this in Hindi, and it stayed with me because through this meeting, whatever, starting from Anna, David, and this one more person, Madhvi, whatever was spoken, like regarding the flow, and you were explaining about the energy, I feel they all came in my heart, they all came to the same recommendation that you gave me, is that Diva, you just need to stick with your body and your breath. बाकी सब मोह माया है. लेकिन मैं एक बात कहना चाहती हूँ राजी, हिंदी में कहूंगी क्योंकि उसका इम्पैक्ट हिंदी में ही आएगा, कि इस मोह माया का जो पावर है वो मतलब बहुत ज्यादा लग रहा है. मतलब इट्स लाइक सो इंटेंस, दिस बाकी सब मोह माया यू सेड, it's so intense, and in the sharings that have happened, the Prabhat Shuddhi, I have followed it as much as I can keep up with, like the stretching, as much breathing I can do. I am not able to do due to the disturbances in the inside bodies. The pranayams I don't do very lengthy ones, but then as I'm also making an attempt to stay with what you have instructed as a part of Prabhat Shuddhi. But I've noticed that the impact of, like David was saying, about the impact of the suffering or the fear, that seems to intensify. And I wanted to ask you, Raji, this thing that you mentioned about like, is there a limit, or is there a changing or a fine tuning of Prabhat Shuddhi or the activity that we do? Can we do something with that, or just sitting, like you said, the fundamental meditation is the way to David. So, is that it, or some fine tuning can be done
Yes.
to the Prabhat Shuddhi routine?
Some fine tuning is possible. Try to understand Prabhat Shuddhi in a simplified manner like this, that you have a balcony like we have here, and in the morning you come and you find dust here. You want to clean it, no? Then you come inside and you see dust inside also. You want to clean it. So is there a way to be more efficient in it? When you go outside, you see that this dust is going to come anyway because the balcony is open. But inside the room, you can do something about it. Like you can close the window, for example, so that the excessive dust does not come overnight. No. So this kind of efficiency is possible in Prabhat Shuddhi also. Like what is happening is that, like there are 2-3 elements which can cause it to become more efficient. No? Which can bring more efficiency in Prabhat Shuddhi. One is the attachment that we have for that which we are trying to clean. So unknowingly we have attachment to that which we are trying to clean because of misunderstanding that it is useful for me. In a very fundamental sense, I can say that all the thoughts that we have inside us have no particular use of them. We can always use new thoughts for the same purpose. It is the thinker and its ability to think or its wisdom towards thinking what is useful, not the rotating thoughts inside us, for example. But still we have attachment to the rotating thoughts, like a relation. We have a relation with them. Relation is what is attachment in a way, causing attachment excessively. We have a relation with the thoughts which are moving inside us. A thought happens and we feel, okay, I want to do this now. I want to think about in a certain way now. And we don't realize that you are a free thinker, meaning you can be a free thinker. Rotating thoughts don't need to suggest you what you should think right now. Rather, your own longing in the being should decide where you want to go today or what you want to do. You know, like this, there are many such attachments playing inside us towards that which we are trying to clean through Pravashuddhi. Most important is that we are not experiencing the purity of our own being, and we are depending on the mixed state of being, which is like person and the being, for experiencing who we are, and that is basically holding things back, not letting them go. So the efficiency will come from knowing the purity or living the purity of who we are. The more we live the purity of who we are, a natural let go happens towards from that. You know, like that grip loosens up. We relax more. You know, like 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 some people go to a restaurant and they say, hey, I want to have a chai, and they say we don't serve chai. You say, okay, do you have coffee? We don't serve coffee also. Okay, what to do then? Do you have some juices? We say, yeah, we have juice. Okay, which juice? And then they say, I have this juice and that juice. And you say, okay, sweet lime is fine for me. No. And some other people, hey, I want chai. They say, we don't serve chai. Okay, I'll go somewhere else. No. For example, why? So it's just different. We have to see. Like the rigidness of the preference is too much sometimes also. As soon as you start living the purity of your being, a let go happens in this direction. Loosen up. It becomes more relaxed in a way. Like it doesn't matter as much as it would matter before. You know. In one sense, you can say Pravat Suddhi is like cleaning your body, not peeling off your skin. No? That will be too painful. So many of our layers of that old energy have almost become our skin. That's why they don't go anywhere. And we have to discover ourselves beyond them in the purity of being so that we know I am not it. And knowing this kind of loosens it up in a way and enables us to be free from it also, or purify that level also. Our identification with the physical body is our experience that I am the physical. Our identification with the mind is our experience or declaration that I am mental, based on thoughts. Our identification with our feeling of our own being, feeling that I am, is our attachment to the feeling level also. So that attachment continues. Once we know ourselves beyond the feeling also, then only actually we can allow the purification to happen. Allowing the purification to happen or letting ourselves flow are not two different things. How much we allow ourselves to flow in any moment, only that much we can allow ourselves to be purified. No, also. It's like this. A general awareness towards frozenness also helps in the morning, like as if our energies are frozen for a long time, and by habit they will remain frozen, they will not flow. But by awareness, we can uh, kind of cause them to flow or cause them to melt in a way, and then they start flowing, no? Like this. So being aware that yes, my energies are frozen is a mm, good way, no? So I hope that it is clear.
Rajee, the last part that you said, I could not hear it. I think there was some internet disturbance. The last part about.
You define the last part first.
The one that you just said about it will allow the energies to flow. Prior to that, you
Awareness.
said.
I said that you can be aware of energies being frozen. Meaning, if you will be aware of them, not watching them. Watching is like they are separate, I am separate. No, no, just aware that my hand is more frozen. Does not stop you from doing the flexibility exercise to make it more flexible and less frozen, isn't it? Like that. Like that, inside us there is a lot of frozenness at different levels, and as we become aware of them, we are encouraging that level to become more flowing or flexible or pure also, no? Like this. Basically, purity is nothing but aliveness. The more alive, the more pure, you can say. Fully alive, fully pure. Dead or old basically means life energy or life being of life is living, is spending itself into the old continuously. No? And in this view, actually, there is nothing old. Actually, the being of life is creating the old continuously inside it, like making everything fresh and then putting a lot of dust on it and creating, a spider web around it to make it look like old. It is surprising to see this. That's why if you become free from your attachment for the old, you will stop creating the old also, no? Or coloring it into old. It's a strange thing to understand in the beginning, but you will see this. I think we are good. Thank you.
The last note that you said just now, what you said about how we put dust on it, and this is also something which I found that you were in talking to David. You said that there comes a time when there is a dead end. It's like a blocked wall, and there is no further to go for the person, and now you're in the being mode, and we don't know, and it's unknown. So in that unknown, is it that the mind energy or the energy is such, because we don't know anything, like what I noticed is because I didn't know of a way, I found myself to put myself into trouble. So, like, I think that's what you are saying by putting dust into the, like you yourself make your beingness dusty. You just said that. So, because of lack of familiarity, and there is so much energy, so then what? The way is to just stay or just not move. Is that the way to get a clearer, or not to make to live the new? Is that the way?
In a way, yes. What happens is when we don't move, when we stay, basically it's like a time period when we will be stuck, we will be a doer, habitual doer, and not doing anything. And if we stay here for some time not doing, then we will slip out of this level of being into the truer or deeper state of being, pure state of being, where we experience ourselves as the pure being, not the person being. And from here our interests change also. Basically our interests are basically what are defining or dictating what is happening inside our body mind in our life. Like, can we say like this in the morning every day, that how I would like my life to be today? And as soon as you will say that I would like my life to be totally fresh as it is, be very alert about it, because there will be some other voices inside you saying in something else against it. No? Who are those voices? If they are not your voices, simply ignore them. They will have no power. But generally they are our voices only. It's like as if 20% of ourself is saying that I want my life to be fresh today, and 80% of ourself is still saying no, I don't. I want to continue the old way. No? Like this. This is what I meant.
What I was, what you were, so when you said about this thing of making an intention that I want my day to begin fresh, and because of where life is right now, that's all I can see, that I want to begin my life fresh. And voices in the head and the attachments that you talk about, they are actually, it's as if I can't find the control handle of it to stop them. They are there and they function on their own, and though they take a long time to disappear.
No, they don't.
And that's why I said that, is there...
We have attachment to them in some way, like we have value for them. For example, when the day you will wake up in the morning and you will say I want my day to be fresh, and there will be attachments and old ways of doing things functioning in you, and you will not be giving any value to them. You will not be giving any value to them. Like you don't have even this much energy that you look at them. You are so busy in declaring that I want the fresh day. That day they will stop functioning. They will stop, or they will reduce their power. No? So we are giving power to them directly or indirectly, either through direct involvement or through indirect involvement by giving value to them or fighting with them that they should not be there. When your body is frozen, not so, let's say, flexible and healthy and flowing, and then you go to do exercise, do you fight with your present state of the body? You don't, no? It is fine. I want to change my present state, that's why I have come here. But it also means that my present state of the body will be so until I change it, no? In the same way, we can approach all the old ways to be there as our old ways, and we can focus on the new way. Either we can improve upon the old ways, which is a gradual, slow process, or we can just adopt the new way of the being, like I want my day to be fresh. And then all of those energies are going to follow us. Like that. But if we are still negotiating with them, or having a hope from them that maybe they can give me something, my old ways can still give me something, that time this is not going to happen. And this is what happens generally. We still have hope from the old ways of the person. That's why seeing through them is very essential also. So this is what I meant. I hope it's clear now.
Rajee, thank you. I think I got something.
The thing is that you cannot have both new and the old at the same time. And this is what generally we are trying, knowingly or unknowingly. That I will not let go of the old until I, get a grip on the new, and the new is also waiting in the same way. We think that new and the old is something I can hold on to because it is something separate from me, the experiencer. No, the being is the experiencer, and what we are experiencing is made of the being. This is the challenge. That's why the more your attitude changes, the thing changes. Effort brings much less changes. Attitude brings much more. No? So I think we are good. Thank you. So we are good. I think it's almost end of this meeting. It is very nice to talk to all of you.
Thank you, Rajee, giving me for the opportunity to participate. I always listen your lecture offline because of the timing issue. But on the similar line, Diva asked the question, right? So, for example, I came from US, and then you have the similar pattern, right? You get stuck in the same old routine, and when you come to India, your pattern change. Then you become like free flow, and when you go back to your old setting, it's similar, right? And so how you can like loosen the grip of that ego mind, if you can give some guidance.
It is not really, and that ego mind is something like a imposition on us from outside, like society or group in which we live. It is, but also it is our agreement from inside, that we agree to it, that it is okay for me. That day we will not have that agreement from inside, it will start changing. And that agreement is in two parts. One is what we call conscious mind, another is what we call unconscious mind. Conscious mind level, we are aware that yes, I agree to it. Like from where you are speaking right now is that conscious mind, that I don't want that really. But at a deeper level, there is a possibility that you still want that for different reasons. Like for example, not knowingly or directly we want that model, but for example, we desire certain type of experiences or certain way of experiencing life, which is possible only through this model of ego. If this internal changes, your life experience will start changing, and which, let's say, maybe you don't want it. So effectively, you don't want to change yourself. So this has to be seen through, that how much of myself want to change this, and that will dictate or decide how fast it will happen. I know it's kind of difficult to fully imbibe in a way, but I'm hoping that you will get something out of it for you in your way. No? I feel what can be done is that let us start succeeding in some way first. Even if we start a little bit succeeding, then we will feel encouragement. Then we may very easily get to sort of a comparison of what I'm going to lose and what I'm going to gain. And that may help us a lot in deciding also. Because letting go of the ego or being free from ego is a decision much more than an activity. We think that I have to do something to let go of the ego. Not so much. We have to stop holding on to it from inside. And the one kind of a catch here is that we are living as ego while we say that I want to be free from it. Now we will do everything for being free from this ego while we will remain as the ego. And that is where the most difficult part of being free from ego is. that we will become free from the grosser part of ego, and we will still continue holding on to the subtler part of it, which is not a bad thing, by the way. This is what is spiritual growth. Life will become better. But ultimately, you have to let go of what you are not. And for that, there is only one way, that you live who you are. That's why the subtlemost part of ego we can let go only when we know who we are, not before that. Because we need some ground to be stable, some ground to live from. So that's why I feel that spiritual growth is a very nice model, like a relative improvement, where the understanding of non-essential can help you a lot. That whatever is non-essential part of ego, I can start letting it go, or I don't practice it anymore. And that is going to again give you more freshness and more kind of an internal eye that, hey, I want more of it, meaning more of freshness and less of ego. I hope that it will help you in some way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. I mean, I find myself a little bit fortunate in a way that I have walked on different paths or different stages of spiritual growth and different times. So I got to see many things, and based on that I share. Ekta, you want to say something?
Namaste, beloved.
Namaste.
I just wanted to come in front of you and tell you so much thank you. And I will see you soon.
And that
Yes,
that satsang is beautiful.
Satsang is very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Trying to be free from ego sometimes can turn out to be like this, that we are standing on a ground, and we think that I have to be free from this ground, and we start digging it. We cannot, because we need a base to stand on always. And that is where sometime or many times very powerful confusions or misunderstandings or disturbances are experienced by us during the spiritual awakening. We start trying to hit that which is base from where we are hitting. It's not going to work that way. If we want to wake up, then self-inquiry is a very simple thing. But generally, rather than trying to know who we are, we try to start changing things, or we are interested in changing things more, without knowing that what are their implications, what are their uses, what will happen if they are not there in our system, for example. That's why I feel that we should not be so much in a hurry to change things. We should be more understanding them as they are, seeing them clearly as they are. I think what I'm trying to say is that every one of us can be so simply present and kind of stable as we are right now. If we somehow don't hold on to, in a way, that knowledge which is not ours yet, more we listen to the being that we are, or our heart, which is telling us exactly what is best for us. Not the mind, not the emotions, but the heart, the being. like that. Because we are not really troubled by our questions, ever. They are joy in the being. We are troubled by others' questions. Because they just don't fit in our system, and somehow we are still trying to get the answer of it. And for that, either we are trying to change ourselves, or we are doing that overwork which is just not going to yield any answer. Our own questions, however, living the question brings contentment. Working on it brings more contentment. Getting the answer, more contentment. This is our question. Let's attend our questions, I feel. What are my questions, like this? Because they are well woven, connected with the being, like designed in such a way that those questions, when worked upon, like when we become aware of them, something start opening up, like flowering inside us, no? Like that. I just wonder, I want to ask all of you, not telling me, you don't need to tell me. Can you ask yourself, what is my question? One fundamental question that I want answer of, no? That I want to answer, no? Like this sense of incompletion which is naturally present in every being, through which the being of life is trying to complete itself or experience completion. It is manifested as a question also inside us, like a confusion also, like a fundamental confusion. What is that fundamental confusion in you? Can you check right now? That by knowing one thing, like by getting the answer of one question, all my questions will be answered. Do you have such a question? Because you must, everybody has. We just have to uncover it. No? Like somebody may say that my question is that what is the truth of life? Possible? Then when you will be serious about it, you will start knowing that how to know the truth of life. Then you will come to the realization that to know the truth of life, I need to know myself, the questioner, first. No? Or maybe some other way you will find it. Like, can you invest whole of your life and all of its resources, all of your preferences and all of your desires for this question? This is that one question that we have. It is very highly possible that who I am is not your question, because generally it doesn't happen to us so easily, to most of us actually. But there is some question still there that that is kind of keeping us kind of in a way incomplete, or like as if we are not fully relaxed and living. Yeah. So what is your question? And there cannot be many questions of this nature. There is only one question, just one. All the questions can change or can be answered, and this question cannot be answered. This question has to be attended. You cannot get answer of this question from somewhere. This question is attended by the questioner. As soon as the questioner meets this question, the question and the questioner both start melting in the same proportion. There is a less and less a question, less and less the questioner here. then a sense of wonder remains here, not question. And this question, base question, is manifested at the mind level in many confusions also. How to do this, how to do that. For example, all of that is nothing but the same base question manifesting. Like why people are like this, why people are not good with those people who are helping others. Many could be many questions in form of many questions, but the base question is something else. And the moment we start attending the base question, the questioner start melting with the question both in the same proportion, leaving the perfection of the being that we are behind and the sense of wonder, like a natural awareness. So what is mind in one sense is like an extension of this base question, and we have got up too much in the extension into the leaves and the tree, the branches, and not looking at the root. No. So you can catch any question that you have in your mind right now, and you can start going deep into it. What is the purpose of this question? Why I am asking this question? Ask like this. Like, what is truth? Why you are asking this question? That is the root of this question. Then, when you get to some root question, then ask again why I am asking this question. Then you will come to the very root of all the questions that you have inside. That is that one question, which cannot be answered, but it has to be still attended by you in its purity. To some of us, it happens that we come to the question who I am as the base question at some point. That is where the questioner starts melting. Until then, questioner will not melt, because it is at the superficial level. Then the root, as long as the root is not melting, the tree of those roots will also not go away, You see what I mean? So what is my question? Think about it. From where all my questions and confusions are coming out. This is that question which does not need to be answered really, or cannot be also. So thank you. It was very amazing meeting all of you. I thank you for joining today.